Hello and welcome to my project on Hadrian's Villa. But first, let's learn the fundamentals of the history of villas. A villa is a lavish retreat reserved for the wealthy. In ancient Rome, villas originated as rural estates for the Roman upper class. The villas of ancient Rome were designed with broad tiles and sloping roofs, as well as glass windows which offered protection from the elements. Villas often had large courtyard spaces and fountains or pools. Villas were often huge, and they required large quantities of materials. Like many Roman structures, villas were often constructed of marble, the most sturdy material of concrete-coated tiles was used later on. In addition to marble, sandstone or limestone was often used on floors. For areas subject to great stress, granite was used, but the most common building material was marble. Romans extracted so much marble that some types that they use are now considered extinct. The use of villas as a place of relaxation has continued long after the Emperor Hadrian. They come in all shapes, sizes, and designs. They're seen throughout the world. A more modern villa, modeled after Hadrian's villa, is Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, which used a similar design with more modern materials. Used by the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, Monticello was created in 1772 on a 5,000-acre estate and is still used for tourism. Now that we have discussed villas throughout history, let's talk about Hadrian's Villa. Located in the southeast of Tivoli, around 16 miles outside Rome on flatlands, the area was more relaxed than the city of Rome. Maintaining the villa was a great ordeal, and an army of servants was required to keep the facilities in working order. These servants remained underground much of the time, so as not to disturb the guests. The villa had many Egyptian and Greek influences. Created after an expedition by Hadrian to the Eastern Roman Empire, it encompasses around 300 acres and was constructed between 118 and 133 AD. It includes the palace, reflecting pools, over 100 fountains, theaters surrounded by water, bathhouses, and a basilica, which is a large public space with a central area and aisles, and libraries. Greek architecture was used in many of the villa's buildings. Hadrian did not take a liking to many retreats in Rome, including those on the Palatine Hill. This was a main reason his villa was built. The villa was used by emperors following Hadrian. Within Hadrian's villa are many different structures. The Policile is a large rectangular area surrounded by colonnaded porticos with a large pond in the center. The villa had two theaters, a Greek theater which could seat hundreds, and a maritime theater surrounded by water. The smaller structure was the Temple of Venus. And the villa's library courtyard started as a library but was used by Hadrian as a place for leisure. The Bath Palace was the largest building in the villa. For bathing, the villa had a heliocampanus, which was a network of baths. The villa also had thermae, which had warm and cool baths. The Piazza del Oro, or Golden Square, was a large dining room that entertained formal guests. More notable is the Nymphanian Theater, which held a multitude of people. There was also a hall of philosophers honoring ancient Greek philosophers, which was used as a library by Hadrian. Let's talk about the emperor behind the villa. Hadrian was born on the 24th of January, 76 AD. Hadrian married Vibia Sabina, his second cousin, who was born in 83 AD. He took the throne on the 10th of August, 117, and reigned for over 20 years until the 10th of July, 138, when he died at age 62. This is a long time compared to many other emperors. Hadrian was of Spanish descent, like his predecessor Trajan. He was selected for the throne rather than inheriting it. He was part of the era of good emperors who kept the Roman Empire in great fiscal shape. Hadrian's most notable construction was Hadrian's Wall in Great Britain, used to defend the Romans from the Scottish. In conclusion, Hadrian's Villa has lasted the test of time and has influenced architecture long after its creation thousands of years ago. Thank you for your attention to my presentation on Hadrian's Villa.